guys, I'm Steph, and this is Bobby. We are Between Two Teeth, and we're on motorcycles today.
This is Motorcycle Diary.
This is Motorcycle Diaries. What we're doing today is we're talking, this is the topic. Who has it harder?
What is it? I'm dying to know.
Someone in their 30s or someone in their 50s?
Who has it worse? Worse? What do you mean? Like in
Who has it harder?
life?
Not worse. You know, life's good either way. Life's gold. But who has it harder?
Like in law school? We're dental surgeons.
In life. Absolutely in life. This is an open conversation for everyone. Who has it harder? Someone in their 30s or someone in their 50s?
I think I would not like to be in my teens right now with AI and everything that's happening, because it's just, well, I say that. I don't know. I think a 50-year-old has had an opportunity to figure certain things out.
And by the way, just so everyone knows, I am someone in my 30s. I'm someone in my 30s. Bob is someone in his 50s.
Wow. Seriously? You had to do that call out like that?
I had to say it. This has been called out. Everyone knows.
All right, so you asked the question. You tell me.
Well, I'm not asking you. Who has it harder, someone in their 30s or someone in their 50s?
Here's what I will say. In my own life, I know many more things about myself in the world, at least I think I do, in my 50s than I did.
Are you sure about that?
No, not really. I think, well, part of...
Give me an example. How does a 50-year-old have it hard? Because I don't know. My generation's looking at you guys and we're like, yeah, maybe.
No, I honestly think 30-year-olds have it harder, because in your 30s you think absolutely everything's important. And I think in your 40s and 50s, you start peeling away things that you thought were critical in your 20s and 30s. Everything's important, and if everything's important, nothing's important. There, I said it. Tell me I'm wrong.
Oh, I think you're wrong. I think I do think different decades come with different challenges. And for me, my experience, I only have experience, from teens, 20s, and 30s. And I can tell you what, it gets challenging. I really enjoy teenage years, 20s. Those are actually pretty great. Those are fantastic. Because it's a lot of life decisions without, it's the life decisions without the consequences just yet. But then, a lot of your age group, people start getting married, having kids, starting careers. People are getting out of school. And then, they're starting practices. You start to realize, life does start to be a little bit more consequential depending on what your decisions are. And you see friend groups start to realize that within themselves, their values start to solidify. And so, there's a song, what is it? Our old friends are now our enemies.
I have never heard that song. We sing a couple lines for me.
It's like, oh man, it's like,
we're not
it's friends, the one where he's like, you used to meet me on the east side. City where the sun don't sleep.
You're not helping me. You're not helping me at all.
Yeah, you can look it up. We'll put it in the show notes. It'll be great. Yeah.
So we will not put anything in the show notes. Come on.
Yeah, we will.
Like that.
My point is it's challenging at different ages, but you start to really look back on what the decisions your parents would make, and you start to appreciate them a little bit more for the complexity that it was. Because arguably, when you get into your 30s, you really start making decisions that have pretty lasting consequences.
So
and you're old enough
lost. I'm lost. So are you saying it's more challenging in your 30s? 30-year-olds have it tougher than 50-year-olds?
I'm saying it's just a different type of toughness. When I get to 50, I'll let you know.
That is such a terrible and great answer at the same time.
It's a fantastic answer. It depends.
So what would you tell your 20-year-old self?
I would tell so many things. I would tell my 20-year-old self, well, I mean, this is all kind of, you're looking back, and
that's literally what it is.
Yeah, for me, my first big decision that I made, air quotes, on my own, was what sport was I going to run, or what sport was I going to do in college. I always knew I wanted to be a dentist, so dental school, that was already decided. But what I did in college was kind of up in the air. It was a stepping stone for me, and so I got to decide: do I want to play soccer, or do I want to run cross country in college?
Okay.
And I had offers for both. Because I've lived it one way, I would do it differently if I was given the option to do it over again. But I say that because just because I would do it differently doesn't mean I don't appreciate the path that I did choose.
Okay. Since you're refusing to answer my question, I'm going to answer.
If you're going back to a restaurant, it's like, oh, hey, we're going to the same restaurant and order the same thing. Not necessarily. Just because if I have that experience locked in, I do something different. Of course I would.
So what's your advice?
Well, I would say, hey, Steph, go play soccer. If my arm was twisted in the moment. And the reason is because it would be something that I really wanted to do that wasn't predicated off of external affirmation so much as just something I loved. And I love running. Running was great, and it did great things for me. It kept me fit. Kept me away from.
I hate running.
It kept me away from a lot of like drinking and partying, but at the same time, you know, I think I would have really enjoyed pursuing something that was deeply meaningful to me in another way. You know,
so
more
Steph Tanner telling her 20-year-old self would say,
yeah, it would say,
soccer, you love soccer.
I would probably say, yeah, maybe don't chase the applause so much and instead, you know, keep working at something that you're truly excited about. Even if it means it doesn't bring you as much success in life.
All right, your microphone's breaking up a little bit. I'm going to punch over and do my, since, you know, I assume you want to know what I tell my 20-year-old self. Is that correct?
There's no need to assume. If you can't hear me, we got to slow down, buddy.
Yeah.
So
we're in a beautiful road right now in Central Texas Hill Country on motorcycles.
A 20-year-old me, and I've talked to some friends and some of my cousins about this very same topic. And what we've done is we've looked back in the past at a discerning moment in our teenage, early 20-year-old life, and we broke it down and said, was this something that was a decision that was based on external drivers, or was it a decision based on internal drivers, and would you do it differently?
Am I doing this to please other people? Am I doing this to please my parents? Yeah, I hear you. Totally. I ask myself that question all the time. My dad's school was like, he's like, stay in school. I'm year 33 at school, and I'm wondering, am I doing it for me?
Would he characterize it as that? Sounding just like that.
I think that's literally how we do it. All right, I'm going to punch into what I tell my 20-year-old
I'm sorry,
self.
Bobby. Did you want to talk to the audience about?
Yes, I do. I do want to talk.
Hey, who's it harder, 50-year-old or 30-year-old?
That was the longest answer to a simple question that I've ever heard in my entire
life. It's not. No.
I do not like to listen.
No,
is it something I'm working on?
Is this where a 50-year-old has it harder when they have to listen to a 30-year-old?
Is it something I need to work on? Yes. Is it something I'm going to work on? Maybe. So, 20-year-old self, Bobby Sox would say, you know what? Follow the path of the universe. You're going to fall and fail so much. Get back up. There, plain and simple. What do you think of that?
Is this your way of saying you wouldn't do anything different? No, I'm so confused. Is that the lesson?
You know, the worst thing about me is that I work really hard and, you know.
I care too much.
I care too much about everything, people. And, frankly.
Now, what's something different you would do? What would you tell your 20-year-old self to do differently?
I literally do what I would tell my 20-year-old self. I'd say, hey,
give us examples.
Follow the path of the universe. You're going to fail. So you
would just say buckle up and keep going?
Buckle up.
Buckle up and just take it as it comes?
I would say it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. You're going to have great times. You're going to have great successes. It's great, but that too shall pass. And you're going to have amazing failures where you fall on your face. You're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this happened.
So
and I would say
your 20-year-old self that it would basically be a pep talk. It would be saying something like, hey, don't do anything different. Do everything the same, but just be ready for the consequences.
You know, every time I say it.
And I'm pushing you a little bit.
Of course, yeah. It is what it is. You shouldn't. I remember we did an episode a long time ago where you told me I should on myself, and I thought you were using a cuss word. But I think Steph's wanting me to speed up a little bit.
No, I'm trying to have you punch it. I'm having trying to have you punch it.
Yeah, so I'm not going to change a thing. There, I said it.
And that's okay.
I would just have an attitude. Like, I have great successes, and I've had amazing failures. Like,
I remember telling my dad in a Sam's Club when we were coming through, we were shopping around Sam's, and I was in my first year of college, and I told him, I said, I have no regrets. I have done everything exceptionally. And I was about 19
Stephanie
years old
maybe
at this point.
I'm 20. I've made no mistakes. Everyone else is the problem.
Yeah, so at 36, I feel completely differently about that statement. Like,
I think isn't there a Frank Sinatra song about that? Mistakes, I've made a few. I don't know.
Yeah,
like that.
but that gets back to the point, because the thing is, if you made it to 50 and you say you wouldn't do anything differently, you're kind of sounding like a 20-year-old walking around Sam's with their parents saying, I have no regrets. Which is great. I mean, because if you don't, that's your truth.
No, so I do have regrets. No, I do have regrets.
Oh, okay.
I should have listened more. I should have been open. I do hate listening, but I should have.
Don't give us lip service. Tell us this is a podcast with Bobby and Steph. This is no holdies backsies.
No holdies backsies.
Yeah.
So in relationships in the past, have I made it too much about myself? Some would say. Yeah.
Thank you for your honesty.
Thank you. I have matured, and realistically, and it's been a slow maturation process, I will admit that, being okay with what happens, locked into things, being okay with whatever comes next, being open to opportunities from other people. I'm in a place right now that if someone had told me 20 years ago, here's where you're going to be, I would have been absolutely no way. I pushed the sand back in the ocean multiple times trying to change things. Didn't work. So I'm going with the flow of the universe. That's why we got married by our friends, the two Buddhist monks.
Married by monks. Yeah, that's monks right. In New York.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I appreciate that, Bobby. Do you have any other last kind of closing remarks over who is it harder, a 50-year-old, a 30-year-old?
So my answer is a 30-year-old has it harder. What's your answer?
I would say a 50-year-old has it harder, and here's why. At 30, you're still wide open. You still actually have some room to, you feel like you have time.
I do not like where this answer is going.
When you get to 50, I imagine that you feel perhaps like you don't have as much time to do big things. And maybe that's completely off-putting. So that's why we want to hear from people. We want to hear if you're in your 30s or if you're in your 50s. Prove us wrong.
Who has it tougher? 30-year-old, 50-year-old?
Who has it tougher? I think time is one of the most valuable resources in life, and how we spend that time, whether it's intentionally or passively. And that's where I think that as you get older, you do have a lot more perspective, which is helpful, but you also don't have as much time. And so I think that's where it becomes a very cool and interesting question, who has it harder? All right, guys. Well, that's it for us right now. This is Bobby and Steph on Between Two Teeth. We got little honks in the background. We're trying to find some barbecue. Follow us on the adventure, guys. More to come.